The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I to the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepares a table before I, in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head unto no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja kedema we gromabe. Ah tela Au mau so bolisa. Mauga so bolisa adanu wato. It was a player 4. Our tangu moye. Oh you wala dong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize it. But if we must, it would only be on one condition, to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, never claim to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food in all its palatability for the nourishment of the whole family. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crown of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land, after teasing out the creme de la creme of all these ideas. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. We are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. Please share the broadcast and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. We are also on X, formerly called Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram and on TikTok. We keep ticking and talking with the very crucial hands of patriotism. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Oh, yes. And if you have a story you want us to follow up on, we are more than just excited to do that. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Today, we have 3 very important issues to look at. Come here. And if you are ready, it's time to go into the stories. And today being Friday, it is also exceptionally beautiful, especially that it is the birthday of Ghana. Happy birthday to Ghana. It's Ghana's Independence Day. And today in 1957, Wednesday, oh my God, we became independent from colonial rule from the British. Today we celebrate our independence. And after several years of independence, 69 years exactly, where has Ghana reached? Many have said this, some others have said that. Together we stand and divided we fall. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors, Tesore Doriente. Oh my God. Now turn every shower into a royal experience. Now, Tesori d'Oriente is a shower gel. A little bit of it in the middle of your pan, shake up the water, and the bath becomes so foamy and rich with lather. And the fragrance is exotic. In fact, it's very Edenic. And it takes out all the blemishes from your skin surface and nourishes your skin. My brother, it comes in so many different types. Now, if you are a lady and you haven't heard about Tesoro d'Oriente, oh my God, it means you are missing out. Go get yours right now. What is your favorite fragrance? Is it the Royal Oud or is it the Persian Dream? Maybe it's the Karma. I love especially the Forest Therapy. Go get it right now. And in Ghana, it is proudly distributed by Daddy Ash Limited. Pick up the numbers on the screen. For bulk purchases and inquiries, you call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. This is Tesoro d'Oriente. It is soft, it is smooth, very silky, and it has that long-lasting fragrance. Oriental, sweet, and very Edenic, like the Garden of Eden. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to the channel and at the same time hit on the notification bell. Above all, please share the broadcast and recommend us to family and friends. If you are ready for today's caboodle, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Jailed Ghana serial killer confesses why he killed over 20 people. Hey. And we have all the exclusives. A serial killer in Wa by name Sheriff decided to go around and kill people one after the other. And he ended up killing over 20 people. Who were his targets? Why did he do this? Now, we spoke with the principal attorney of the Upper West Region, Abdul Said Shakur. And he spoke to us exactly why this man did what he did. This is the man we are talking about. Principal attorney, Upper West Region, Capital Wa. His name is Abdul Said Shakur. And at the point when he was speaking, I started to shiver. My blood started to ooze into my head. And I felt that I was about to collapse. Now, my brother, my sister, dash it away. Sheriff is a serial killer who has killed over 20 people. And his modus operandi, he would just pick up old men serving as watchmen, night watchmen specifically. When they fell asleep, he moved onto them with a heavy cement block, smashed their heads and killed them at just one blow. He didn't end there. Sometimes he pulled out a knife, cut off their body parts, and his favorite body parts, excuse my language, my brother, this is gory, but somebody must tell the story. He will cut off the testicles of these people he killed and chew the testicles like chichinga. He's a very dirty serial killer. He looked for old men as he saw them as low-hanging fruits, easy job. He killed them one after the other in Wa. He didn't end there. Sometimes he smashed their heads beyond recognition. And we have photos. Sometimes he cut open their stomachs and chewed their liver. Sometimes even their heart. We have photographs, my brother. Imagine these photographs coming out to you. Very gory. We will spare you that. Maybe we'll think about putting out the photographs and blaring them up so that you would see exactly what we are talking about in another way. But that was what this guy was doing. Why did he do that? Why did he chew human flesh? My brother, my sister, let me not take the wind out of the sail of the principal attorney, Upper West Region, Abdul Saeed Shakur. I spoke to him a few minutes before I got into the studio. Let's listen to him. Pay attention, and when we return, we will tell you more. This is gory. Watch this.
Yes, his name is Sheriff Abdullahi Oli, alias God of War or Kratos. And prior to this, I know him as an ordinary cobbler or a shoe shine boy that roamed the street of Wa with a shoe shine box. And I know he's a typical Wala boy who was just in the street. And when this whole thing started about 3 years ago, that night security officers or watchmen were murdered, the modus operandi was the same. The person will hit the head of the watchman with a cement block, and then occasionally would take certain parts, sometimes the liver or the testicles or private parts, and then it continued for some time. The police, 300 policemen were deployed to Wa, and they kept vigil. Even when the police was around, it happened twice or so. They stayed for some time, it went off, and when they left, it came back. On this fateful day, last year, a watchman at the new market was killed. 6-inch cement brick was used against him, and then his bicycle, the MP3 player, machete were stolen. And his phone too was stolen. His SIM was removed and then burnt at the phone. So the police went into investigation. They got the IME number of the phone using the SIM that was thrown away. And then later they discovered that in the night that the watchman was killed, the person had called a number. So subsequently, the police did the investigation and then got the person arrested. The person said yes, he received a call from the number and then told us who then called him. But the person had dived underground for 3 days. When he emerged again, and then went through police intelligence, he was picked up. Finally, he actually confessed to all the things he had done in the previous years. He has told us of how many people he killed in Savannah region, in Bole and in Tinga and in Bandang Konta. He killed about 5 people in Bole, about 3 in Bandang Konta, and then 2 in. Then he actually led police to the site. He buried the remains of the people he killed. About 10 of them in Wa, that he showed the police where he buried them and how he killed them, and then all that. In all this, he was perfectly sane. He spoke coherently, spoke impeccable Wali. He was able to tell where he lived, where he come from, whatever it is. And then he said that he ate parts of the body that he collected from the victims. And then when I indicted him, at the indictment, he told the court that he couldn't defend the matter and that he had done it, and he knew he had done it, his time was up. But he was subsequently, the records were subsequently transmitted to the High Court for the trial to commence. When we commenced the trial, the court appointed a lawyer for him, legal aid as a lawyer for him. And before we could empanel, he said that he pleaded guilty simpliciter. Originally, when he pleaded guilty, the court wanted to recommend psychiatric evaluation of the accused persons, but that is where the Republic, represented by myself, said that it was not necessary. I had to convince the court that the recommendation to a psychiatric was not necessary because on the face of it, in all outward appearance, he was perfectly sane and normal, and he didn't demonstrate to the court in any manner or form that he wasn't normal. He actually told the court that where he come from, where he lives, and a particular one he did around the stadium sometime last year, how he bent the body. The man was sleeping in an abandoned container around the stadium, and then a brick was used against his head. And he told us how he did that. And then when the court asked why he did that, he then said that some years back he was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, and when he came back, the society was hostile towards him. They insulted him, mocked him, and children pelted him with stones anywhere he went, and that he became so angry that and decided to also take it on society to also seek his revenge, and that was why he went on the rampage, killing people the way he was doing. What he couldn't tell was why he chose that line of the most vulnerable in the society, very old men, most of them above their 60 years, most of them were trying to make a living somehow. Why he chose them, whether that was a low-hanging fruit for him or whatever. But if you look at it, the way he killed them was the way up to the end. He moved behind the person when he's sleeping, pick and break, cement break, and then hit his head, and then subsequently dismembered but the big part of the person buried the person in a shallow grave. So I argued that I told the court that there was nothing in it that showed that the guy didn't know what he was doing, and the idea that if somebody commits horrendous crime, the person must be insane or must be abnormal. To me, I didn't think that was the case, and I do not think that when a person commits horrendous crime, he must necessarily be insane. Some are perfectly normal, some could be a psychopath, and that was one that was staring us at the face. He remained emotionless in court. He said some way, but he just told the court that is what it is. So the court had to convict him and sentence him to life imprisonment in hard labor. So that's exactly what happened with him.
Wow. Do we know why he first went to prison? What was the crime?
He said that he was accused wrongfully for stealing when he didn't steal. But he went to court for stealing. He said he was accused wrongly and that somebody else told and they caught him and imprisoned him because he didn't have anybody to speak for him. But I have not yet followed up on the conviction. But I know he's an ex-convict anyway. But I'll follow up on it and find out whether it was really true that he was convicted wrongfully. But I do not think so. I think that he was just convicted and then maybe. But it's true that sometimes people, children like who run after him and boo at him and pelt him sometimes, and then he will chase back and then all that. I think that was something that happened in that sometime. But to take it to that level there, I do not know why. But he said that was the reason he did what he did.
Have we heard from his family? Have we heard from his family if he showed some signs of?
He told his record that both parents had passed on. I think other family members were the ones that helped the police to get him arrested because they thought that. But he had not shown any sign of mental illness before. The family didn't want to be associated with him after what happened. They helped the police to get him arrested because as soon as he started riding the bicycle, it was out there that the security man that was killed, his bicycle was stolen, his phone, and then his MP3 player. So when he started riding that bicycle, the family already know him as a very aggressive person and somebody who was prone to violence, but they didn't anticipate that it would go this far. So they do not want to be having associated with him.
Thanks so much. Finally, you don't believe that this man is unwell in the head?
No, I do not think so. I think it's perfect. When the judge interviewed him for like 30 minutes, he was having exchanges with the judge. On every question the judge asks him, perfectly normal. Where he's about his parents, about his life, about the work he does, and all that. Perfectly normal. He didn't. There was no incoherence whatsoever. You know, we haven't done this thing for at least 18 years. There are people that come in and say they are BNI commanders, they are working with the police, and that they are agents or whatever. The Satan is their friend and all that. But this person didn't say any of that. He didn't say any of those things you could say he was hallucinating or anything. He just spoke perfect Wale from A, B to Z consistently.
My brother, we have the photos, and I'm looking at some of the photos right now as I speak with you. It's gory. I feel like vomiting. Stomachs opened apart. Liver taken out and chewed raw. No spices. Heart taken out. Testicles cut out and chewed. That was what Sheriff did. My brother, my sister, and when he appeared in court, he was not remorseful. According to the principal state prosecutor, the attorney, Abdul Said Shakur, he doesn't believe that this gentleman here is crazy. He doesn't believe that he has any mental issue. He spoke with this man over and over, and everything has been coherent. His own family said that this man is all right. For all the years he's been with them in the house, he has never shown any sign of sickness. And they were surprised to hear that he was going around killing old men, night watchmen in different areas in the northern region of Ghana. Now, this is the sad part of the story. Why did he do that? You heard the principal state attorney, Abdul Said Shakur, telling us exactly why Sharif did that. He went to jail for 2 years for something he did not do. Somebody else did a certain kind of robbery. And because of his body size and his nature in the house, argumentative, they claimed that he was the person who stole whatever it was and sentenced him to jail 2 solid years, whilst the person who truly did the crime was set free and he walked away. And when he returned after serving time in jail, because it's a small community, everybody knew that he was an ex-convict, a thief, in an area that is predominantly so religious, Catholic and Muslim. Little children would follow him, tease him, and call him an ex-convict, a thief. Sometimes he would chase them back, catch 1 or 2 of them, beat them up, and send them away. But in that area, a big man like him catching up a little boy or girl to beat up is unthinkable. He kept on suffering from this. People jeered him. People loathed him. People hated him. And at a point, he felt that his life was useless. Nobody loved him. Even the children teased him, insulted him on the streets. As for the adults, they didn't even want him around. Nobody would employ him because he was an ex-convict, a thief. He looked left, he looked right, and realized that there was no way. If society can be this unfair to me, the people who are supposed to be watching and making sure that thieves are caught if they are fast asleep, and I, an innocent person, can be arrested like this, then let me go after them one after the other. Those who fell asleep at night when they should have been taking care of the shops and other such places, and I was picked up an innocent victim, I will take their lives. And he decided to start killing watchmen. Old watchmen in the north is normally the old people they put out there as night watchmen and even day watchmen. they normally would just go there and sleep. Their presence there alone is enough to ward off thieves. He killed over 20 of these. And after killing them, he didn't just dispose of them like that in shallow graves. He chewed their body parts to show how angry he was. Now, the last straw that broke the back of the camel was this. After killing one last watchman, he decided to steal the bicycle of this watchman, his mobile phone, and MP3 player. 300 policemen had been dispatched all the way from Accra and beyond to come to Wa and try to track this man. And he knew they were in town. He waited until they were redeployed out of Wa, and he started again. Now, this last one that he did, he took the phone, he took the bicycle, and could you believe it? He started riding the dead watchman's bicycle right there in Wa. And people knew this bicycle. He didn't end there. The mobile phone he stole from the watchman, he used it to call a friend. And it was tracked via the powers of the state, the court, to who he called. And when the person was traced, he said, yes, this was the person who called me with this dead man's phone 3 days after the man had died. And one thing led to the other. The family itself pushed this guy out and helped to get him arrested. And when he was arrested, he didn't deny it. He took them to shallow graves where he buried some of these old men that he killed. Some were even freshly buried. Those are the pictures we have right now. Some of them, the head totally destroyed. Some of them, stomachs cut open. And much more. My brother, my sister, this is the story of Sharif. And it is all over in the news. But we have the exclusives. And these are the exclusives. And we are about to tell you more. Ghana Web published it. Some other media houses published it. What did Ghana Web say about this? Watch this. Why serial killer reveals motive behind killing spree. Come here. Run the story. Sharif Abdullah Sani, popularly known as Christos, who has been sentenced to life imprisonment for the gruesome murder of Issa Yahya and 22 others, has reportedly opened up about the motive behind his actions. According to the principal state attorney for the Upper West region, Saeed Abdul Shakur, Sani confessed that the humiliation he endured after his conviction triggered deep anger that he eventually took out on society. Speaking to the media after the court's judgment in a video cited by Ghana Web, Shakur said the disturbing confession left him deeply emotional. Dash it away. And the video, in that video, you would see Shakur being taken away from the court to his new home, where he will stay for good. He's going. He's going to his new home. That's him. Handcuffed. No remorse. They are putting him in that pickup. And he will go to jail for life. Dash it away. My brother, has the society failed this young man? When people go to prison, they are supposed to be rehabilitated, right? When he came out of prison, were there checks on him to find out how he was doing? Or they just let him out like a wild animal into the society? And did they know that he was going through all these things? Discrimination. The man committed a crime. He has paid for that. gone to jail, come out after 2 years. According to him, he didn't even commit the crime. And he came out, and society decided to disrespect him, humiliate him. Little children spread the story. Wherever he went looking for a job, nobody would give him that, not even menial jobs. He gets so angry and bitter and decides to take it on society. Did the state fail this gentleman? Now, the principal state attorney said that he knew for a fact that this gentleman here, called Sharif, was actually being hooted around in town. Little children used to follow him and insult him, and he would run after them, trying to catch them and teach them a lesson. He knew that they were teasing him that he was an ex-convict. Rehabilitation, does it end in the prison? Or when prisoners come out, the state is supposed to follow them up, at least to find out how they are recuperating, how they are being re-socialized into society, or they are just let loose like wild animals amongst the sheep, believing that the 2 years in jail is enough to have rehabilitated this person. If it were you, how would you have behaved? Maybe you would have moved from that town to a different place and you would start a new life. But remember, he was born and bred in Wa. He doesn't speak any other language except Wale. Moving to Accra, he must find a Wala community. And that Wala community would have by then been hinted of this guy coming out of prison. It's a very small society. Did we fail this guy? Or are we being overly sympathetic? Over 20 people he killed in cold blood. And out of anger, he chewed their body parts. And when he went before the judge, he confronted the judge and told the judge, you jailed me for 2 solid years and you knew I didn't do anything wrong. Today, I'm standing before you. As for the people, I killed them, one after the other. I can take you to their graves. I can show you how I killed them. I cut open their stomachs. I chopped off their testicles and chewed that raw. What are you going to do? What are you going to do that I haven't seen before? His family has rejected him. The whole society has rejected him. Maybe he's even more comfortable in prison now, where at least he would meet his co-equals and they will be on a common platform. The big question again is, did we fail him? Or is he just a raw, mentally ill criminal? The state attorney, principal state attorney, Abdul Saeed Shakur, has made it clear that he doesn't believe this man is ill. Even when the court said, let's take him for psychiatric evaluation, he said, no, this guy is not sick. He's a criminal, dirty murderer. I have interacted with him, and this was what he said here. He said this, he said that, and he presented everything to the court, convinced the court, as you heard him say in that interview, that this guy is not crazy. He is just a red criminal. He's going to jail. What do you think? Do you think he's sick in the head or he's just a dirty criminal? Do you think society failed him and turned him into a wild animal? What was his life before he went to jail? His family said he was a perfect gentleman. He did nothing wrong. He went to the mosque to pray every time. Did the jailhouse rather make him a wild animal? Or society made him a wild animal after jail? Whatever it is, my brother, my sister, another life seems to be wasted. Sharif Sani is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey-ya! Hey-you! Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot, Kukusho,
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast, hit on the subscription button, right after that on the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is where the truth lives. This is the headquarters of the truth, and I'm most excited to be with you. Story number 2. Watch this. US and China fight Ghana over gold trade. My brother, how many of us remember the story we did about gold board? And how the IMF and the World Bank were trying to stop Ghana from stockpiling gold. Do we all remember? That story went viral right here in the Black Pot. When we told you this story, I believe many were those who thought that it was a conspiracy theorem. But today, my brother, my sister, we are here to tell you and affirm our position as the headquarters of the truth. We never speak until we have the facts, and we go deep. And when we release it, it's like a thunderbolt. Oh yes, thunderbolt. I came across a story by Ghana Web, and that was the beginning of the investigation. My brother, Ghana is under attack. I told you that Ghana's economy rising into buoyancy was a threat to the West. No slave master is ever happy about the newly found prosperous life of a slave. Can I break it down? No slave master is happy that his slave is prospering because he will soon buy out his freedom. Can I say it again and write it down? No slave master is excited that his slave is getting prosperous because he knows that he would soon buy his freedom. When you read history and go into the history of slavery, you will realize that when Africans were getting prosperous and buying their freedom, it was difficult for the slave traders. It came to a time they even refused to allow them to buy their own freedom. they kept them under bondage, stole their monies from them, and also their inventions. My brother, is the same principle. Willie Lynch syndrome. The more you speak like the white man, the more you walk like the white man, behave like the white man, mannerism-wise, then you are better than your colleagues who are still trying to remain African. That's what we call Willie Lynch syndrome. That is why in so many areas in Ghana, when a child is born, they try to use shea butter to pull your nose so it will be long like the white man's nose. In Jamaica, they do it. When they give birth to a child, and the child is a little light-skinned, especially among the Akans, they call you Bruni. If you are Sewa, you become Sewa Bruni. If you are Mensa, you become Mensa Bruni. True or false? Amongst the Northerners, they will call you Bature. True? My brother, my sister, this is Willie Lynch syndrome. Right now, pregnant mothers even can bleach their babies in their stomachs. Are you aware? In Ghana, there are some Chinese products that pregnant women use. They swallow that to bleach their unborn babies so that they'll become light-skinned. Willie Lynch syndrome. After 69 years of independence, we still are in a hurry to be like the white man. We are in a hurry to disown ourselves and try to behave and pretend we are crocodiles, though we are logs in water. We told you this. Today we have to go back to it. Ghana is a prosperous nation. Under John Dramani Mahama, we are breathing and heaving a new sigh of relief. Right now in Ghana, inflation has gone down to 3%. Unprecedentedly, we are seeing how several countries around the world are beginning to start a romantic affair with Ghana. Wherever Ghanaians go now, oh, it's a fanfare. Now the Ghanaian passport can go to so many different countries in the world without visas. Are you aware? Ghanaians abroad are prouder in the regime of John Dramani Mahama than several other regimes gone by. Now they walk up to people, and when they tell them they are from Ghana, everybody's happy to hear more. Because this is the new kid on the block. Can I now go into the subject proper? Run the story, my youth. Now, this is it. From Ghana, where? This was what started the investigation. Something we told you several weeks back. Now we have a document to show you. How US, China are fighting to stop Ghana from implementing new gold royalty regime. And that's from a report. My brother, my sister, a number of Western governments, including that of the United States and China, are reportedly putting pressure on the government of Ghana not to implement a new royalty regime for the exploration of gold in the country. Of course, China is not in the West, is it? It's in the East. According to a report by Reuters.com, oh Jesus, the government of Ghana wants to replace its fixed 5% royalty on gold exploration with a sliding scale between 5% and 12% linked to bullion prices as part of efforts to increase the revenue the country generates from its gold resources. Wow. However, this move is facing stiff opposition from the West because of fears that it could harm some of the world's biggest miners. Dash it away. Now, this story from Ghana Web is very important. It's directing all the arsenal at Reuters, right? So, If Ghana Web is taking this story from Reuters, why don't we go to the original? And this is Reuters. And Reuters was actually founded somewhere in 1851, thereabout. My brother, right now he has over 4 million subscribers. He's headquartered right there in Canada. He started off in the United Kingdom. Run the dossier. Let me tell you a little bit about Reuters. Okay? Watch this. Reuters is one of the world's largest international news agencies, providing breaking news, financial data, and multimedia content to media outlets and professional consumers globally. It is a subsidiary of Thomson Reuters, traded as TRI on the New York, whatever. Now, the current CEO of the parent company, Thomson Reuters, is Steve Haskell. It was founded in London in 1851, so we got it right, by Paul Reuter. It originally used telegram cables, and listen, and carrier pigeons to transmit stock market quotations. You know what it means to say carrier pigeons? Bears that will carry the information in their beaks, correct? Of course, in modern day economics, carrier pigeons could also mean or allude to some form of information carriage. It employs approximately 2,500 journalists and 600 photojournalists across 200 locations worldwide, reporting in 16 different languages. This is what we are dealing with. And it's headquartered where? In Toronto, right there in Canada, as you were told. Dash it away. This is Reuters. It's heavy. It's an international news carrier. My brother, my sister, and look at the information Reuters brought out. Watch this. China, US pressure Ghana to halt gold royalty hike. Document sources say, hey, Dodo, come here. Written by who? Maxwell Akalari Adombila. On what? The 5th, that's yesterday, 2026. Run the story. It's deep. Now, gold price surge prompts Ghana's royalty scale proposal. And that's the summary. Now, diplomatic missions present joint concerns to Ghana's lance minister. Did you hear that? And mining CEOs express private concerns too. Dakar, this is Senegal. March 5, Reuters, China, the US, and other Western governments. Please note that. Other Western governments have mounted an unusually coordinated push. Unusually coordinated. They have come together to fight Ghana. To get Ghana to halt a gold royalty hike they say could harm some of the world's biggest miners, according to 3 sources with knowledge of the matter and a letter from an industry body. This is deep. Wallahi. Africa's largest gold producer, listen, is Ghana. Did you know that? Africa's largest gold producer wants to replace its fixed 5% royalty with a sliding scale between 5% and 12% linked to bullion prices, part of an effort to capture more revenue from gold's run to successive historic highs. Leave it there. Ghana has a fixed royalty, and that's 5%. If you come to mine our gold and we give you our gold mine, you give us 5%. You do whatever you want, give us 5% of whatever you get. MAHAMA says no, that 5% we are not going to take it. When you come into our mines, after the initial money we take from you, we are now going to charge you between that 5% and 12%. No African country is doing that, except probably one. And Ghana is now saying, we will take up to about 12% as the ceiling. And when Ghana succeeds in doing that, there's going to be a whole revolution all over Africa. Ghana has the best gold in the world. The Dory bar is yellow and glowing like the morning sun. Jesus. Ghana has monopoly over quality gold and quality cocoa. My brother, my sister. And now, Ghana has never been able to utilize this monopolistic power. Till now. Mahama says, no. We have been cheated for far too long. We have all the gold, yet we don't benefit too much. America says, if we allow them to do this, they are going to hurt a lot of miners. The miners who are going into their country to mine, they will be able to repatriate a lot of money to make America richer. They will be able to repatriate money to England to make England richer. China to make China richer. Just encourage the galamsey so that the Chinese can steal more, the Americans can steal more, and all those guys mentioned there can steal from us. Mahama says no. We are ending galamsey now. What we were getting from galamsey, we will now push it into the royalty tax or percentage. That is where the problem is. And America says no. China says no. They didn't only say no. These guys came together. Crazy old men. They came together to fight Ghana. Small nation Ghana. Very soon Trump is going to start bombing us. For him, if he can't trade with you, you are his enemy, he must bomb you. Have you heard that bombs are flying against Ghanaians there in Lebanon? Ghanaian soldiers, right now as we speak, American and Israeli bombs have flown all the way into their camp. A lot of people have been injured as we speak right now. Are they targeting Ghanaians? Are they trying to break our economic wing? Now, Reuters, which is a very independent global news body, has more. Go back to Reuters. We told you this, remember? Remember where you first heard it. Miners said the upper bounds of the new regime, which could take effect as early as next week, unless amended or withdrawn, will make Ghana one of the country's most expensive jurisdictions and squeeze margins. This is Reuters. This is not passing news online. This is not Jokobo news online. This is Reuters. Did you hear that? From next week, Mahama is sure to hit between 5 and 12% if you want to mine in our country, or else leave. When you go to Rome, you don't do what the Chinese do. You do what the Romans do. This is our land. If you want to be with us, obey our laws or pack and leave. Who said that? I can't remember. Said the white man brought his cannon to the bush, but the bush was stronger than the cannon. Who said it in history? Jesus have mercy. Ghana has agreed to cut an existing levy to ease passage of the reform. Reuters has reported, but mining companies say the proposed scale remains too aggressive and have submitted lower counter rates. It's not by force. If you don't want our gold, you don't want to do business with us. Oh yeah, where could they go? You think say you dey wise, man. Diplomatic pressure. Ah! This is the sweetest part of the whole story. In addition to US and Chinese pressure, listen, diplomatic missions from the UK, Canada, Australia, and South Africa have also intervened marking what 3 senior industry executives described as an unusually high-level response to a fiscal proposal. This is the first time I have seen the diplomatic community get involved at this scale. A senior industry source said, Ghana, are you sleeping? We told you this is the channel of truth. If it's not the truth, we don't have a place for you here. Did you hear that? This is the first time in the history of gold mining that so many countries have come together, lumped up and ganged up against one country, Ghana. Did you hear that? And if we succeed in doing this, Ghana would become one of the most expensive gold jurisdictions in the world, in Africa and beyond. After all, we are the biggest producers of gold in Africa. South Africa is our little grandson. Nigeria is our little great to the umpteenth time grandson. Ghana is the kingpin of gold. Our country was not called Gold Coast for nothing. It's the hub of quality Doribar gold, yellow and glowy like the morning sun. Hallelujah. This is the first time we are getting this kind of pressure. Representatives from the missions met Ghana's Land and Natural Resources Minister this month and presented a joint document outlining concerns. 2 people with direct knowledge of the meeting said the group is seeking further talks with the finance minister. Atu Forcing is going to sit on one side. Emmanuel Kofi Amabua will sit on the other side. And they will try to talk them out of this. This is where patriotism stands. President Mahama, this is time to test patriotism waters. We have been cheated for far too long. We have our gold. They come in here, the maximum they give us is 5%. It's a fixed. And this 5%, greedy leaders play chess with that. Going on expensive bunga sprees. Sleeping with little sexy urchins. It's time, Mr. Mahama, with all respect, to shake the waters of patriotism. Go back to Reuters and let's conclude. It's serious. Now watch this. Now the heads of missions express what? Concerned that the operating environment of the mines will be challenging. What executive said? All the sources requested anonymity because of the sensitivity of the matter. Now the UK, Canada, and Australian High Commissions and the US, South African, and Chinese embassies in Accra did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Global mining CEOs have privately pushed back. Leaders of Newmont, Goldfields, Anglo Gold Ashanti, and Perseus wrote or delivered concerns directly to the lands minister in December and January. If you can't do business with us, go. We are tired of being poor. We are tired of being called shitholish. We are tired of being insulted. I hear Trump say that country called Somalia, can I even call it a country? They don't even have police. They don't even have soldiers. I feel hurt when an African country is referred to as in that manner. He got so arrogant, he called that shitholes. Translate this into Twi. It's shocking. Or Hausa. Sometimes we need to translate these words into our own language so we can be angry enough. If you don't agree to do business with Trump, he will give you a bouquet of bombs. Where is the world going? Ghana is standing firm. We told you, when they met in that hotel, go back and check it. They discouraged Ghana from stockpiling gold. They knew that the gold that we were packing up would help with the economy. They don't want it. Now, they are fighting the royalty rate. We want more. They say if we give you more, other African countries will stand up and fight. They say they want more. No, we are not other African countries. We are Ghana. This is what we have, and we want that. Give to us or go. Mr. Mahama, stand firm. We support you. This is going to work. They cannot do without Ghana gold because we have the best gold in the world. They can't do without Ghana cocoa because we have the best cocoa unique in the world. Chinese tried, in fact, to duplicate it, but they ended up failing. Our cassava, Agbeli, they decided to do that in China. No, it fell short of the quality. Ghana is blessed. Let's hold on to it and make sure that we make our ancestors proud. Today, Kwame Nkrumah is so excited that John Dramani Mahama is driving this country along the footpaths that he created. And I'm happy. Happy birthday, Ghana. Continue to make us proud, Ghana. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. Come here! Where we speak truth to power. But we return. We got more. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushodemo.
It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. Here we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. But if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. This is the headquarters of the truth. Oh gosh. And I'm so excited. Please do me a favor. Subscribe to this channel. Hit on the subscription button. And right after that, on the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch the headquarters of the truth. We are called the Black Empire Media, and the show is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power ultimately. Oh yes. Story number 3. Watch this. Hey! Hey! Why Mahama ran to hold his wife after BAGBIN tripped to fall at SONA, State of the Nation address. Videos are awash the internet. President John Dramani Mahama came out. He spoke to the people of Ghana in a very beautiful State of the Nation address. Opposition tried to create scandals we did not wash. And when he was going out, you know the Parliament House, you would have to go down the stairs like that. Now the Speaker of Parliament, who has not been so healthy for some time now, even by just looking at him, you will know that this man needs rest. He was flown all the way to Dubai a few years back for treatment. He had cancer. How did we know? Somebody leaked the parliamentary documents to embarrass him in one way or the other. I have known Alban BAGBIN from when he was a very well-abled man. Today, you cannot say the same of him. Not many people will like to hear that. I am no longer what I used to be. When we were we, where were you? And the next question is, Why are you no longer you? Nobody wants to hear that. You want to hear that you have moved from strength to strength, not from strength to weakness. This is Alban BAGBIN, the Speaker of Parliament. He rose from being an MP several times as an MP, Upper West Region, and he became the Speaker of Parliament by a whisker of his hair. The majority in Parliament at the time was the NPP. But when the voting started, not many people wanted his predecessor to hold on to the mantle because he had become overly sickly. His car would arrive at the Parliament House and it would take him another 2 hours to pull out one leg out of the car. And it would take him another 16 hours to be supported all the way into the Parliament House. With all respect, Aaron Michael Okwe. So his own party had some people in there who voted against him. Up till now, it has become a subject of controversy. Who did it? Who didn't do it? Nobody wants to come out and say, I voted against my own party. But I thought that that was very patriotic of the person or the people who did that. That was how Alban BAGBIN became the Speaker of Parliament. But from when he became the Speaker of Parliament, so many things changed. His dressing changed. He would come into the Parliament House dressed very African. Unlike others who wore suits and all that, he represented almost every tradition in Ghana and Africa. He stood against homosexuality. And in several conferences, he said he would lay down his life to fight against homosexuality and make sure that it is passed in the Parliament of Ghana, that bill that fights against homosexuality. My brother, that probably was why he didn't seek treatment in England, where homosexuality is legalized. Not in South Africa, not in America, but he went to the Arab land, where he has a lot of support. He had cancer. The documents were all over the place. Since he returned, after that exorbitant spending spree, health tourism, he's never been the same. Alban BAGBIN would come in. From the way the man even speaks, you can tell that he's not feeling too good. My brother, my sister. And then, when the president delivered the State of the Nation address, we saw him chit-chatting with the president. Sometimes very quiet, sitting down there, unable to bite like he used to. Every man has his down point from the up. You can't stay on top of the ladder forever. You may have to come down to take a sip of water and go up there. He was coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden his feet became weak, and he was about to fall. With all the cameras in the world watching him. Look at him. Look at him. He's coming. You see? Can you see? The people there have gone to surround you. He was falling. And look at the president right behind him. And look at the wife of the president. It's the vice president who is holding her hand. Did you see that? And look, here you see it clearer. They're coming and look at Alban BAGBIN. Unfortunately, the cameras went off him just when he was about to fall. You could see that his legs were weak. And look at the vice president, Professor Jane. The moment Alban BAGBIN fell, watch, look at the face. Look at what she did. Watch. Just watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this? And look at MAHAMA's face at the back. Look at the hand that is holding the vice president's hand. Now look how the policemen are running in there. Everybody is shocked. Why is the vice president shocked? Look at the hand. Wife of the president is holding that of the first lady, I beg your pardon, the vice president. And look at what MAHAMA does. He's pulling his wife's hand. Can you see? He has taken his wife's hand. Look, he's going to put it under his armpit. No. I can't allow this. Did you see that? And Alban BAGBIN was carried away. Look, watch this. Look, MAHAMA is going to take his wife's hand. Watch, watch, watch. He has taken the hand. Please, let me protect my wife. And he has put the hand under his arm, holding her very strongly, making sure she did not fall. Now, my brother, the first lady is heavy, very beautiful, heavy, the African beauty. Everywhere President Mahama goes, we saw him in Zambia, coming from the airplane. He held the hands of his wife. She's no longer 22. She's growing. And with what she's wearing, she can easily trip. Mahama doesn't want to see that. Look how he quickly went to hold the hand of his wife. My brother, my sister, I admire this, and I decided to talk about this for one very good reason. The Speaker of Parliament is falling. It could have been anything. Maybe a terrorist attack. Maybe somebody just wanted to embarrass him. The president, the first person he thought about was his wife. He didn't look at his vice president. He didn't look at his bank account. He looked at his wife. He couldn't trust the vice president to be able to protect his wife. You know what he did? He snatched the hand of his wife from the vice president and drew her closer to him. As if that was not enough, he put her hand under his arm, as if to say, if there's any falling, then the two of us must go together. Let's both go down the drain. As if to affirm for better or worse. Is it not beautiful? Is it not beautiful? My brother, my sister, if we all decide to hold Ghana like that, especially on our Independence Day today, when we see that other nations are falling, things are happening to other nations, they are tripping and they are about to fall. And we hold on to our nation the way Mahama held on to his wife. The first entity we think about when there are signs of a calamity would be our nation, like Mahama did to his wife. No intruder can ever succeed in making holes in our nation. That's the message I want to share today. The independence of Ghana, 69 years. When Mahama saw a little sign of worry, Alban BAGBIN was about to fall. He will be disgraced. It will be all over in the news that the cancer has returned. He must go for another batch of chemotherapy. Vice President said, hey, he ready. Jesus. That's the first instinctive thing that hit her, to scream. But for Mahama, where is my wife? Whoever is holding my wife, I don't trust that person. I am the only one who can protect my wife. And he snatched the hand from whoever was holding the wife's hand. That was not enough. There was still some kind of weak link. He dragged the hand under his arm to add the force of the shoulder to it. Boom, like gong gong. Said, let's go. If it's Titanic, we both will sink today. I will let you go alone, for better, for worse. How many Ghanaians feel that way about Ghana? Do you feel that you must protect Ghana the same way you would protect your most prized commodity? Or Ghana is just a phase that we pass through to a better place? How do you see Ghana today? For MAHAMA, you have shown us the way. When BAGBIN was falling, he was not shocked. He was only worried. Not about himself, his better half. Together, they are complete. That's a rib from his ribs. Please, don't go away. Come, so that I'll be complete. When we continue to hold Ghana so hard and so strong, that is the only time we will be complete. Or else, we can pretend to be as complete as we want. But ridiculously, we are weak and incomplete. Is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a certain story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited to do that, okay? And it's absolutely for free, okay? We will do that in the service of God and country. Can I tell you more? My brother, my sister, I have a skin that glows beautifully, okay? It's all because of Tesore d'Oriente. All the beautiful ladies we see around. When you get close to them, you feel like you are in a garden full of so many choice flowers. It's all because of Tesore d'Oriente. It is Italian production, Italian power, Italian technology, but African raw materials. It is premium quality, made affordable. And it comes in so many different flavors. Maybe you want the Persian dream. Maybe you want the forest therapy. Maybe you love the royal oud, which is one of my favorites. My very favorite is the forest therapy, followed by the royal oud. My brother, my sister, and when you have that, the fragrance lingers on in your home and on you for 48 hours and beyond. A little bit of this shower gel in the middle of your palm, shake up the water and make it foamy, rich lather. Just jump into it and cool off. Oh my God. Right after that, you are clean and well nourished to face the day. Win all games. Go to interviews and pass because you smell good. My brother, my sister, this is Tesore d'Oriente. Soft, smooth, silky, long-lasting oriental fragrance. And such lather goes on and on and on like a mother's love. Okay? It's distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Okay? Call them on 0244-772599. Daddy Ash Limited. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Time now to take your messages. And we are done. Send your messages via Facebook. They could also come via YouTube. We are most excited to be with you. Today is Ghana's Independence Day. And I'm in my Ghana colors. Red, yellow, and green. How about you? Okay? Ajololo Achu Semeyo says, Ago Ghana. Amen. Ade Christopher is saying hi. Julius Wemano says, good evening, Blakk. Dauda Issa says, Blackstone. Jason Strats. Fire. Dauda Issa says, monitor your life in Saudi Arabia. Haj Dauda Issa. How are you doing? Bawa Uwa says the Blakk Pot. Mark Romeo Ofori says, Obake. Professor Blakk, how are you doing, my brother? Okay. Right? He says, you say, hello, Black Rasta. Here we speak truth to power. Keep your good work for your country, Brother Ghana. This is where the facts are. This is where the facts is. This is where the facts is. That's right. Pandi Pamang says, Blakk, I love your outfit. Thank you so much. Agbo for Wisdom says, greetings, Black Empire Media. Greetings, Professor Blakk. Last night, I missed the show, but thanks to Jehovah, I'm here tonight. Good to see you, Black Rasta. Watch this. Come here. Dash it away. Call a friend to call a friend to call yet another friend. Share, 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 share. Our country or nothing. Kukushanamo. Weezy One watching you live from Mutual. We love you. We appreciate you. Okay? More comments? David J says, Happy Independence Day. Charlotte Agbeka says, Happy Independence Day. Rich Lip says, watching you live from Missouri, United States. Oh my God. Yeah, man. The first university I lectured in was in Missouri. Yeah, University of Central Missouri. Yeah. University of Central, UCM. Oh my God. Beautiful state. And the students, before we left, a lot of them were wearing African prints. We love you, UCM. And we love you, Missouri. Love you, Professor Albion Mens. I love you like nobody has ever loved you, okay? David J says patriotism is the way to go. No more politics. Ghana will rise again. Ameto Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. David J says, watching you live from Wembley in London. Yusuf Banson says, good evening, Black Rasta. Men says, I'm here to listen to my message. Why Ameto Michael says, happy independence to all Ghanaians at home and outside. Henrietta says, Blakk, please remember you promised me you follow up on the slapping of the policeman by Afenyo. We'll do the story next week, okay? We haven't forgotten. We'll touch on that deeply, okay? More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. Let them also come via Facebook. Henrietta says, Blakk, have a great weekend and may the good Lord protect you. For Mother Ghana. Henry Atia says, fire, yeah. Florine Vibe says, hi. Henry Atia says, happy birthday to Mother Ghana. Raskaba says, watching you live from Spain, Barcelona. My professor. Abdul Latif Mohammed says, happy 69th anniversary to all our dear Ghanaians, home and abroad. Thank you. Abdullah Mubarak says, ish. Emmanuel Ania says, Okay. We love you. We appreciate you. More comments. Coming in. I am God Dennis. Says, good evening, Black Rasta. Keep the fire burning. Newt James says, praise be to Allah. Haj Hussein Hamisu said, the Black Rasta. Thanks for your good job. The truth home. Kweku says, GA Tribune, our country or nothing. Patriotism is our way of life. Salute of patriotism. Okay? More comments coming out from Facebook and also from YouTube. Kwame Kwashe says, this is the Mecca of the truth. Dash it away. Kamshina Zaid says, Black Rasta. Move of Fire. Raymond Law says, Black Rasta. Martin Degboche says, Lawyer Saeed Abdul Shakur. I call him Capo de Tutti Capi. What a great principal state attorney we have in the Upper West region. He's an honorable man. I love him. When I called him, we had a beautiful conversation. Oh my God, such a beautiful man. G.H. Spiro Bassett says, Mr. Blakk, move of fire. Right? More comments coming in from Facebook and also from YouTube. Nana Ogumpawe says, my greetings to spiritual president Nana Ubidiaba. Adam Zaki says, Black Rasta, the righteous servant of the Most High. Ernest Holomawu says, the man Black Rasta, dash it up, man. Mbablai says, a lawyer cannot talk about law and criminality. I think the criminal is mentally sound. Well, I think he's trying to say that a lawyer cannot say that and that is professionally reckless. Okay? Is that what you're trying to say, Mbablai? You mean they should have still gone to the psychiatric hospital to check the level? Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says, okay? More comments via Facebook and also YouTube. Right? Agova Wisdom says, is he a vampire? Chewing human parts? Look at his face. So horrible. As for me, if he dares or if anyone dares pour fire, Blakk, fire, you are one journalist. Philip Kojo Jan Bwedu says the state has failed the whole Ghana. Ni Kolelai says he was traumatized in prison and society has failed him as well. Hope he wouldn't go kill and eat them in prison. Wow. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta. This is the Ghana Henry Lee Lucas, who America called the confession killer. All right. Okay, so this is the Ghana Henry Lee Lucas. Okay. I mean, over there, we've seen a lot of those cases, but not here. So this is the Henry Lee Lucas of Ghana, the confession killer. Yes, the state failed him and many more. Unfortunately, he lost it and took this form of revenge on society. Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says, why? Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, all humans have psychological disorders. And when it's triggered, the rest is an unknown mystery. I agree with you. Patawo says, greetings, Black Rasta. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, humans will push you to that point. How can I acquire a piece of land in 2007? And today someone has pushed me off the land because they are rich and connected. I have been fighting and I'm tired because they are rich. And the rich systems in Ghana are designed for the rich only. Every time it comes to mind, I lose it. This is our society, extremely sad. We failed him. Have you tried to speak with Iyoko? Please go on their site and send them a message. And remember to add that Black Rasta recommended that you speak with them. You will get a seal of agency. Yeah, they give agency to every case. But this one will give you a seal of agency. Okay? Let me know how it goes. Ras Oko Kofi Sun Moon says, come here. Why yo? All right? More comments coming in. We appreciate you taking time to write to us. Yes. Abdul Manaf Gizu says, MashaAllah, Black Rasta, may God continue to bless you for the good work you have been doing for Mother Ghana. Nana Kweku says, Patawo, indeed you are a true patriotic person. Always on live with Black Rasta. Keep the knowledge burning. Pat, I'm going to give you a special prize. Where do you live? Pick up our numbers and let us know, okay? Send us a message and tell us where you live. If you are in Ghana, we'll look for you. If you are outside Ghana, we will find you. But if you are in Iran, I'm sorry we can't find you. But outside Iran, Lebanon, Israel, we can find you anywhere, even in America. Okay? Terence Newton says society can only learn from the murders committed by individuals and put them in prison. I'm sure that's what he wanted to say. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun said the MPP sees Mahama as the king's way. That's why they behave towards him like that. Well, this was a message he sent some days ago, I think. Charlotte Agbeka says, if he says he was killing because he was wrongly convicted, why did he not go for the people who convicted him? David Ajay says, vampire. Emily Nola says, or was he accused by a watchman? Emily Nola says, because I don't understand why security men alone he's killing. Yeah, we try to link the two. I believe, I don't have the facts, that the person who broke into whatever house and stole did it in the night, and there was a night watchman who was sleeping, and he came to court to witness and say that it was this other guy. For that matter, he's angry with all night watchmen. He killed only night watchmen and society. From watchmen, he would have also gone into children who were mocking him. And all of us would have been victims. Maybe. Okay? Nehemiah Johnson says this is a vampire-possessed man. Nehemiah Johnson says there's no excuse whatsoever. Emily Nola says, Then, Maria Sedash. This is a very sad story. Allowing him back in society can be very dangerous. Well, now he's incarcerated for life and He's happy. He doesn't care. Maria Sedash says, society indeed failed him. Discrimination is very bad. Henrietta says, he is not sick. Blakk. Society didn't help him. But this is Ghana for you. Emily Nola says, I don't blame anyone. We are our own problem. NPP people are part of this, like the way they did to Kwame Nkrumah. Okay? Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. Safuade Sabong says, interestingly, my favorite show is in the white man's language, not in Zima, Dagari, or Asante. I know what you're talking about. It's become a language that has become our lingua franca. And therefore, if you want many more people to understand you, you speak the language. But once in a while, we fuse in our dialect. A lot of the tapes are in the dialect. Sometimes Hausa, like Baba Jamal speaking the other time, okay? So we are trying. We'll reach there. And sometimes we bring in pidgin, patois, okay? It's all good. Don Williard says, Blakk, talk about the war in Iran and Israel. You are late, my brother. We have talked about it already, but we will follow up, okay? So go back and check it out, all right? Blakk, whom do you stand with? It seems everybody in Ghana is afraid of USA because we want to travel there. Let's speak against the United States. Don Williard, this is the first time I'm seeing you here. I'm sure you are new. Please go back and check the story that says World Cup postponed. It's in there, deep. All right? Kwame says, Henrietta, it's only people with no sense of accountability who blame Ghana for everything bad that happens. And Don Williams says, why is Okudzeto Blakk quiet on the war? He should come out and speak against America on the attacks on Iran. He seems to be outspoken. He should come and speak against the United States. And he said, we want to see how brave Okudzeto Blakk is. He should come out boldly and face the United States and Trump. I want him to fire them so they can ban us from going to the United States. Let him be bold. Okay. So the thing is that a Blakk cannot speak until it's mandated by the state. When he speaks, he's speaking for the whole nation. But the good thing is that they are evacuating Ghanaians from all those areas to Ghana. Mariam, Mahama, say it again. Jamal Ali Ilyas says, or down south people, they say yellow man. Okay? Conscious Agbemenu Awosu says fire. Jason Stratz says Kwekubushia. Pate Stephen says, good evening, Blakk Rasta. I'm watching you live from Bahrain. Ooh. Wow, Bahrain. That's nice. First time I'm seeing somebody from Bahrain. Nice, thank you, on this platform. Famous Semak says, Ejana so kumu. Ejana so kumu. Yate. Okay? We'll take the last two and we are done for the day, okay? Conscious Agbemenua also is laughing. Della Hammond is saying, ha 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 ha. Senior Atapoku says, good afternoon, Blakk, and your cherished listeners. Hey, come here. Watch this. I like that part of your show, aka Kuku Show Nemo. Please, what's going on in Mother Ghana? We are happy. Our country is flourishing, and we are celebrating our independence. Okay? Emily Nola says this is insider job. Don't forget what our own Ghanaians did to Kwame Nkrumah. Abdul Latif Mohammed says MAHAMA should be firm and bold. These Western countries have been benefiting from Africa since. Yet leave us with peanuts, not able to feed our rats. I like that. Amato Michael says we have to be bold and come together behind this government to defend and protect our land or our country or nothing. Now, the most painful thing too is that they never develop the mining communities. Yes, that's true. The roads there are very bad and the people there are living in a bad condition. This is TTC talking. He says they should pack and leave. Charlotte Agbeka says if the speaker is so sick, why won't he resign? Big question. Barima says, but Akufo-Addo also can hold his wife's hand. Emily Nola says, no, I think the president is doing something better rather than because Both the wife and the vice president are all not strong, and they are both holding hands. I didn't say that. You know who is strong and who is not strong. Vice president is not strong, and the wife too is not strong. So 2 weak people cannot hold each other's hands. Yati. Anyway, which way is a beautiful Friday. We love you. We appreciate you. God be with you. I love you. It's been a beautiful day. Happy Independence Day, Ghana. And please stay very independent and stay patriotic. We love you and we appreciate you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. And of course, over the weekend, busy yourselves watching Black Empire Media. We have a lot of beautiful videos. Take it upon yourself. Share the videos to family and friends. Let them watch. Until then, hey yo, hey ya, wayo.